All right, so today we are going to take a look at the difference between two flagships that I have at very similar power regarding their performance in the campaign. The results are pretty surprising. So let's get into it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the difference between two flagships, the Hephaestus and the Brontes. And I think what I found the other night is pretty interesting, so I wanted to put it in a video for you guys. So to give you a quick rundown, I have both of those flagships at level 36, which means that the Hephaestus should actually be a little bit stronger, because if you didn't know, a gold flagship for the same amount of XP will not have as many levels. So the fact that I have them at the same level actually means more XP has been put into the Hephaestus to get it this far. And also, side note, the Hephaestus is currently a VIP only ship, which means essentially you have to be a blubbery whale and buy lots of offers and get a very high VIP level just to be able to buy enough of the blueprints from the VIP chest that you can literally only buy from being a high VIP level. So it's pretty much a pay to win exclusive ship right now. But so I'll show you what I found was interesting. As I said, they are both level 36. As far as the ranks, the Brontes is currently rank 6, which means it has an extra weapon slot unlocked, and the abilities are 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, whereas the Hephaestus is only rank 5 currently, which means the abilities are 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. However, this final ability is only good for attacking other commanders, so it's not going to really impact the campaign, even if it were to go to level 2. But of course, if some of the other abilities level up, that can make a difference. And we are going to see when we bring them to the same rank how they compare in just a bit. But I wanted to show you before I rank it up. So again, essentially it has one fewer weapon slot, but it does have 2 purple weapons and a blue, whereas the Brontes has 2 blues and a purple, but also an additional green. So pretty similar in terms of the weapon equipment. And as far as the captains go, I have a much stronger captain on my Hephaestus. I have Laura, who I have at level 13. Not only that, but as you can see, she has her level 7 ability, giving a ton of flagship attack, which is particularly useful in the campaign. And then she also has this, which includes the fleet leadership limit, but that doesn't do anything in campaign. Whereas we have Aldrich Chase Corey here, his ability only level 3 on the Brontes, giving 10.1% kinetic weaponry. So objectively, we have just a weaker ship in the purple ship. The only advantage it has is that it is 1 rank higher, but I want you to see how they perform on the final stage of the campaign. So let's check it out. All right, so we're going to start off with the Hephaestus, and you can see here that it says my power is 523,800. The recommended power is 684,925. So we're a bit under the recommended power, but I will say that the recommended power numbers on the campaign, nonsense. Don't listen to them. I beat every single stage with considerably less power than recommended. However, the reason why could have something to do with what I hope to expose in this video. But without further ado, let's bring my primary flagship, the Hephaestus, with my top captain into the final stage of campaign and see how it goes. All right, so we're starting off. I'm going to put it on 2 times speed. And the Hephaestus is a laser-based ship that gives a lot of laser bonuses. So we are going to try to reinforce with destroyers, because I have level 7 ships, and the level 7 destroyers are the laser ships, and we want to give them that bonus. As far as the abilities, one fires a bunch of short-range missiles that just hits anything in a nearby area. And then the second ability is this one here. It fires a blast, and anything that it destroys with that ability, which the ability doesn't do a particularly high amount of damage, but anything it destroys with that ability actually rewards additional fleet leadership points, so I can reinforce sooner. But all right, we've got some destroyers on the field, trying to kind of hold this ability until we can actually tow something with it. But as you can see, the destroyers get taken out pretty quickly. But we're ready to reinforce with some more. I'm tempted to wait until I have a bunch of them that I can have on the field at the same time. All right, we did get a good amount of additional reinforcement leadership from that special, so that's good. But as you can see, not doing a lot of damage to those defensive platforms here. Having a very unsuccessful run in terms of actually taking out those defensive platforms, and I've yielded a lot of shields already. So I'm going to hold out and this time summon 2 waves of destroyers, but let's fire the missiles. Let's hit those frigates. All right, here we go. We're going to summon not 1, but 2 waves of destroyers here. And hopefully we can make a push off this. Again, we have 2 waves of destroyers. They're all laser weapon. My ship is giving a huge bonus to laser. Let's call in even more destroyers. Fire off the missiles. And we'll fire that ability. And we were able to bring down 1 of the platforms. Let's call in even more destroyers. Just trying to do as much front-loaded damage as we can and really lean in. All the weapons I have on that Hephaestus are laser, by the way, which means every laser ship is getting a huge boost to its actual laser damage output. So, alright, it looks like we finally were able to crack one of the platforms. We are already 4 minutes into this stage. But we're in a decent position to make a bit of a push. I'll summon yet more destroyers. We want to just ramp up as much laser damage as possible. We'll fire off that ability over here. Fire off some missiles. And they have another wave coming in, but it looks like we are finally able to complete the push right here. Almost. I believe we have to not only take out the base, but also wipe all of the enemy ships here. So, we've wiped the base. We actually failed to do it in under 300 seconds. Now, if I had to guess, I probably could. If I played this several more times, I could probably get it in just under the 300 seconds. My ship is definitely more than strong enough. But, yeah, it had, I would call it a passable performance for all the power that I put into this ship. But now, I'm not even going to switch captains, because I could put Laura in my Brontes, and that would make my Brontes even more similar to the performance we should expect from the Hephaestus. But again, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave the inferior captain in the Brontes, and we're going to switch over to the Brontes and watch the difference here. All right, so now we are running the Brontes on the exact same stage. We'll throw it in at 2 times speed, and the Brontes has a very broken ability, in my opinion, a very powerful ability for campaign. The second ability, the first one, as you just saw, fires a pretty potent AoE that tends to do a ton of damage to frigates, and then everything on this ship I have set to benefit kinetic, so the weapons are kinetic, even the captain is giving a little bit of a kinetic bonus. And the second ability is a range and attack speed steroid for the entire fleet, and it is ungodly powerful, as you'll see here shortly. So I'm gonna wait and do a double cruiser summon right off the bat, because as you can see, we're thinning out these waves no problem. The range and the damage on the kinetic weapons is just absolutely melting these enemy ships. And as soon as I can get 2 sets of cruisers on the field, I'll pop that attack speed steroid and we'll just start mopping stuff up. It's also really powerful if you can time it when a reinforcement wave arrives. But alright, so here's 1 set of cruisers. Here's another set of cruisers. We'll use the attack speed steroid here. And you can see everything just starts melting. Like, that was an enemy flagship and it's just gone in the blink of an eye. We can call more cruisers here. That's gonna instantly vaporize that platform. The other one taking heavy fire. As soon as the shield goes down, that platform gone already. We can call in more cruisers to reinforce, so we'll do that here. And now we're gonna use the attack speed and range steroid, and they're just gonna melt absolutely everything in their path. And that's it. The stage is over. 3 minutes. Well under time. For 2 flagships that should be very comparable in effectiveness, the Brontes is just head and shoulders considerably better in campaign. But it's possible that that's entirely due to the rank of the ships. So let's take the Hephaestus to rank 6 and see if that truly makes all the difference, because I'm not convinced that it will, but I don't know, so we'll find out together. Alright, so we are going to modify the Hephaestus to rank 6. Just got the blueprints. I actually need some titanium, so never mind, 1 sec. Alright, now we're actually ready to modify the Hephaestus up to rank 6. We're going to go ahead and press that modify button here. You can see pretty steep costs on the titanium and the deuterium in the order of millions. So, go ahead and modify it. and it jumped up in power. So you can look at the power of the ship as a base. So this is not including the weapons equipped, not including the captain. It's saying 149.7k power, whereas the Brontes is at 112.3k. But as you can see, if you want, you can verify this and rewind the video. My Hephaestus was already showing as a higher base power than the Brontes, and the reason for that being, one, it's a gold ship, it's supposed to be better, and two, as I said, the XP doesn't go as far with gold ships, so even though they both say level 36, more XP has been invested into the gold ship to get it here. Alright, so as you can see, the only skill level that changed was the final skill is now up to level 2, and again, that's PvP only, so that skill not even going to be relevant for the campaign. And we opened up an additional weapon slot, and I actually have a blue level 7 laser sitting around that I can throw right in. So now, not only are they the same rank and the same level, but my Hephaestus has better weaponry equipped. So the Hephaestus should now just blow the Brontes out of the water. But my experience has been, at least when it comes to campaign, either that second ability of the Brontes is just unbelievably overpowered, or that laser's just kind of crap when compared to kinetic. But either way, we're going to find out, so let's check it out. All right, and now you can see before I switch them over that the power of the Brontes is stated to be 340,693. So not only did it vastly outperform the Hephaestus, which was in the 500,000 power, at only 340,000, but I suspect it will still outperform it when I switch over. So we'll switch over to the Hephaestus here, which is now up to 570,000 power. And let's see. All right, I am ready to have my mind blown by the effectiveness of an additional rank on this ship. So, we'll fire some missiles here. Well, it did, to its credit, it dispatched those ships pretty quickly. All right, fire that there and then pull back, so we're losing some shield. And I'll use the same tactic that I used with the Brontes. I will double summon some destroyers here. So fire off the missiles, and then we'll drop that ability. We got a nice leadership boost from that, but we're going to need about 1,000 to summon 2 sets of destroyers, which we're almost there. Alright, we can summon 2 sets of destroyers here, and then we'll drop this ability. As you can see, the destroyers get melted pretty quickly, so they've been reduced pretty significantly already, but we're almost ready to summon another batch here. Here we go, more laser destroyers on the field. And again, I like cruisers better than destroyers, but because I have everything on this ship outfitted to benefit laser weaponry, I'm trying to summon ships that are getting the full benefit of the laser weaponry. So here we go, we'll summon even more destroyers. We'll fire that ability. Probably should have saved that for some of the frigates, but that's okay. These destroyers should be chewing up and spitting out those frigates like nothing. Still really trying to work on that first platform over there. And I think we just now successfully brought down about half of the platform. Fire off the missiles. Put that right there. Summon more destroyers. Let's see, well, alright, so the laser attacks definitely drain that platform pretty quickly, but as you can see, we're already at the 3-minute mark, so we're still behind schedule compared to the Brontes, and we're not quite done. So the rank up did make a pretty noticeable difference here, but let's see, we're melting the base decently quickly, but it's not quite the same. Alright, the base is down, we just have this wave left, and we can do a lot of reinforcing here at the end. Oh no, we can't, because even though I have the points, my leadership is capped. Too many of my reinforcements have managed to stay on the field, which is a good thing. And that's a wrap, just shy of 5 minutes, so it took considerably longer. And again, I'm sure I could play that back and do it a bit quicker, but I think it's pretty evident from what you just saw. It just wouldn't be as quick, despite requiring more XP to get to the same level, despite being a considerably higher total overall power on the flagship as stated here, almost 200,000 stronger, despite having the objectively better captain who is literally providing a ton of flagship attack, which is very significant. It just doesn't compare. I'm not sure if it's because the second ability of the Brontes is so powerful, or if it's because kinetic weaponry with the range that it has and the damage that it does is just the better damage type. But what I can tell you is despite having to spend considerably more to get the Hephaestus to this level, the Brontes was just considerably better for campaign. And that's all there is to it. So I'm curious how you guys interpret these findings. So let me know in the comments what you think of this, but I'm very surprised that the purple ship seems to repeatedly outperform it. All right, one last thing I wanted to mention, because we weren't sure if this was just true of campaign or not. So again, now that we have both flagships level 36, rank 6, I went ahead and equipped the exact same fleet, and I tried to construct a fleet that was the best balance of kinetic and laser, so that it gave pretty much the same advantages. Obviously, the Brontes does a little bit more in terms of buffing flagships because it gives benefits to cruisers and kinetic ships, as opposed to the Hephaestus, which only helps laser ships. But the destroyers that I had as part of the fleet were laser destroyers, so I tried to have it be a perfectly balanced fleet that benefited the same from both flagships. So what you're looking at here is tactical training. I intentionally attempted a very tough one because I expected to lose. So this was the Hephaestus hitting the level 10 tactical training base, and you can see here that the flagship itself had over 1 million flagship HP, 2.9 and change for battle power, and was able to score 6,675 kills. I switched Laura over to the Brontes, so same captain, same level, same rank, same fleet, and took the Brontes in. And you can see the Brontes is a lower leadership cap because it's only a purple ship. It's only 2.8 million here, and only 685,000 flagship HP, and yet was able to rack up an additional 4,000 kills. It just did considerably better. It took negative 2.1 million power. It literally did that much damage to this tactical training base as compared to the 1.3 million that the Hephaestus was able to inflict. So from every metric that I can see, the Brontes is just vastly outperforming the Hephaestus, and I'm not really sure why. On paper, the Hephaestus is a much better ship. This does not make a lot of sense to me, but yeah, I wanted you guys to see this for yourselves. Sometimes whaling doesn't pay. So what do you guys make of this? That is all I've got for you guys today. So thank you very much for checking out this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and dominate the galaxy. And I will see you guys real soon. Until next time. Peace!